On March 28, 2025, Southeast Asia experienced one of the most powerful and far-reaching seismic disasters in its modern history. A massive earthquake reshaped landscapes, disrupted daily life across borders, and reminded millions of people how suddenly the ground beneath them could turn unstable. The earthquake struck central Myanmar in the early afternoon near the historic city of Mandalay. Measuring 7.7 in magnitude, the tremor released an enormous amount of energy in a matter of seconds. The ground shook violently, buildings swayed, and entire neighborhoods were thrown into chaos before many residents could fully comprehend what was happening. Mandalay, Myanmar's second-largest city and a cultural heart of the nation, bore the brunt of the destruction. Residential buildings collapsed without warning, trapping families inside. Roads fractured, power lines fell, and communication networks faltered. One of the most symbolic losses came from the damage sustained by the former royal palace, a site deeply connected to Myanmar's history and identity. Its cracked walls and fallen structures became a visible reminder that no place, no matter how historic or revered, was immune to the force of nature. As emergency services mobilized, Myanmar's government declared a state of emergency across 6 regions, including the capital, Naypyidaw. Officials faced an overwhelming task, searching for survivors, restoring essential services, and calming a population gripped by fear and uncertainty. Hospitals filled quickly with injured residents, while families gathered in open spaces, afraid to return indoors as aftershocks rippled through the region. But the earthquake did not stop at Myanmar's borders. More than 1,000 kilometers away, in Bangkok, Thailand, the ground began to move. Skyscrapers swayed visibly, windows rattled, and alarms echoed through office towers and apartment buildings. In a city unaccustomed to strong earthquakes, confusion quickly turned into panic. Thousands of people poured into the streets, unsure whether the structures around them would remain standing. One of the most devastating moments in Bangkok unfolded in the Chatuchak district, where a 30-story skyscraper under construction collapsed. The unfinished structure crumpled in seconds, sending clouds of dust into the air and burying workers beneath concrete and steel. At least 2 lives were lost, and dozens more were trapped in the rubble.
ได้สร้างกันอาจจะมีคนงานอยู่เยอะนะครับ
Rescue teams rushed to the site, working against time in dangerous conditions. Heavy machinery clawed through debris while rescuers listened for faint sounds beneath the wreckage. Against daunting odds, several survivors were pulled from the ruins, their rescues offering rare moments of hope amid widespread devastation. Each life saved became a testament to perseverance and the determination of those risking their own safety to help others. The earthquake's impact rippled through Bangkok's infrastructure. Metro and light rail systems were partially shut down, leaving commuters stranded. Major roads clogged as people attempted to return home or reunite with loved ones. Even the financial sector felt the shock, as trading on the stock exchange of Thailand was temporarily suspended to maintain stability during the emergency.
Leo nè, Leo, ra mà nói Leo. Leo đi.
Thailand's leadership moved quickly in response. A state of emergency was declared in Bangkok, and the capital was officially designated a disaster area. Government officials urged calm and reassured the public that rescue and relief operations were underway. Emergency coordination centers worked around the clock, directing medical aid, assessing structural damage, and restoring essential services. Beyond Bangkok, tremors were felt across large parts of Thailand, including Chiang Mai in the north. Residents evacuated homes and public buildings as fear spread nationwide. For many, the experience left a lasting psychological impact, reshaping how they viewed safety in their everyday surroundings. The reach of the earthquake extended even further. In China's Yunnan province, near the Myanmar border, homes were damaged in the city of Ruili, and several people were injured. Emergency crews responded swiftly, securing unstable buildings and providing medical assistance. Though the destruction there was less severe, the event underscored how interconnected the region was when it came to seismic risk.
Ủa,อาจารย์
ไหวจริงไหวจริง
อาจารย์ไหวจริงแผ่นดินไหวฮะ
India also felt the tremors. Though damage was limited, the shaking served as a reminder that the earthquake's energy had traveled vast distances through the Earth's crust. India's leadership expressed solidarity with the affected nations and pledged support for relief and recovery efforts, emphasizing the importance of cooperation during regional crises. Across Southeast Asia, the international response was swift. Rescue teams, medical personnel, and humanitarian aid arrived from multiple countries. Temporary shelters were established for displaced families, offering food, water, and a measure of security. Doctors and nurses worked long shifts, treating injuries ranging from fractures to trauma-related stress, while volunteers distributed supplies and comforted those who had lost everything.
We're on the top of Mahanakan and there's an earthquake. There's an earthquake. Earthquake.
Amid the destruction, deeply human stories emerged. Families searched tirelessly for missing loved ones. Neighbors pulled strangers from collapsed homes. Survivors shared accounts of being trapped in darkness, listening for rescuers, and holding on to hope with nothing but faith and determination. These moments of courage and compassion revealed the strength that often surfaces during humanity's darkest hours. Seismologists later identified the Sagying Fault as the source of the earthquake. This major fault line runs through Myanmar and has a long history of seismic activity. Experts had warned for years that it was capable of producing a powerful earthquake. The main shock was followed by a significant aftershock measuring 6.4 in magnitude, further destabilizing already weakened structures and complicating rescue operations. Engineers assessing the damage raised serious concerns about the structural integrity of many buildings. Cracks in foundations and support columns posed ongoing risks, forcing authorities to restrict access to certain areas. For countless families, returning home was not immediately possible, prolonging displacement and uncertainty. As emergency efforts gradually gave way to recovery, attention turned toward rebuilding and healing. Communities came together to clear debris, support one another, and mourn those who were lost. The process was slow and painful, but it reflected a shared determination to move forward. This earthquake stood as a powerful reminder of the Earth's unpredictability. It revealed vulnerabilities in infrastructure, preparedness, and urban planning, while also highlighting the importance of regional cooperation and rapid response. More importantly, it demonstrated how resilience is built not only through concrete and steel, but through human connection, compassion, and collective resolve. Though the road to recovery stretched far ahead, the affected regions did not face it alone. United by shared loss and shared hope, communities across Southeast Asia began the long journey of rebuilding, stronger, wiser, and deeply aware of the fragile ground upon which modern life is built.